Hi, it's me, your friendly neighborhood aliens trying to get into the rock from the sun. Hi, Kyrie Star, and it's Handcam Day. Let me get my keyboard out over here. Okay, just over here. There we go. Put my keyboard over there. So, a few years ago, I started working on this puppet. And as you can see, I've gotten pretty far. Got the body, I got the head, the neck, everything's attached. Technically, it could be a puppet if I wanted it to be already, but it's missing quite a bit. No arms, no face, no hair, no tongue. It's naked. So that's what I'm doing in this pan cam is I'm gonna start finishing it. I'm gonna start by making the arms. So, I had planned to work on the arms when I had got this for done. I even made hands for it. I had to finish the hands. But and I cut off the third finger on the hands because I thought it might be kind of cool to have two fingers. I'll make it stand out a little bit more for my other puppets. I finished the hands last night. This part of the hands I got. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I got the wire in there so I can pose the hands. But I gotta make arms and hands. So that's my goal for the night. I'm gonna put those back here. And I put my puppet in here. I'll put this in my puppet. This is a temporary stand. Okay. So that's the goal. So I gotta dig out. First things first, the pattern. So I modified this. I modified this pattern last night. I also reset my entire reset my entire desk, but I have like this, master pattern where I can just, take and modify where I need to. And I gotta cut this out to do the fleece. So that's my goal tonight. Sorry I'm doing this so late, but we ran out of dog food and had to go get dog food, and I woke up late, so we didn't even get home until just after 1. And then I'm thinking about like setting up and doing stream and stuff maybe, and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna need my sewing machine, aren't I, for this? I have my sewing machine out. I want to need my sewing machine, so it's like my sewing machine is gonna be pretty much where my monitor is. So I turn the table around completely so my sewing machine can be over here instead of where my monitor is. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, ow, ow. Itch. Oh, sharp itch like right on the bottom of my foot. Oh. Also, sorry about not having my cam set up for movement or anything, but I did not want to get that set up too. Plus, my sewing machine is going to be like right in the way. So, enough doing it. Enough postponing. Start cutting out the pattern. Now this is the pattern for the fleece. Now these are all Adam Krutinger's patterns, basically modified from one of his free patterns. Well, not really. The body on that puppet isn't, but the head is a modified version of one of his free patterns. The hand is a modified version of one of his patterns. I just made the arm longer. That's so it looks better and a little easier to move. I know that from experience. How many puppets have I made? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think this is technically my 8th puppet that I've made. I know nobody asked, but. And it's been sitting for a couple years, mind you. All my puppets are pretty much more masculine presenting, with different body shapes and the like, different body shapes and head shapes. Eyes are sometimes different, but I wanted to make a femme puppet. That's why this puppet has that body shape. I don't think I have the patterns for it anymore, unfortunately. I wanted to make more of a femme puppet to go with mask puppets. You know, and not the monster puppets, because I got one monster puppet that I made back during the V-Stream days. And my partner's got a monster puppet that I made. My partner designed the puppet. I made the puppet. And every time I finished a part, you know, I was like, okay, do you like it? And my partner was like, yeah, I like it. And it's a really cool puppet. I mean, I am proud of all my puppets. I think my puppets are awesome. Spent a lot of time making them. Most of them I made in like 2020 and 2021, though. I think I was using like one of my puppets, and my partner was using the puppet I made for them for a Halloween costume, and you know that year. You know, we wore masks so we could, you know, use, and we used the puppets as the big part of the costume. It's like the focal point. Okay, my fleece. Fleece purchased from Joanne Fabrics. May they rest in peace. All my fleece was purchased at Joanne. I'm looking for the stretch. Okay, so that's the wide. Always got to look for that stretch. Now I got to make 2 arms. I'm going to have to refold all my my felt here. Oh, my fleece. Put the stretchers this way. Yeah. I'll do it. Is this going to be long enough for the arm? Oh, no. Mm. That should be long enough for the arm. And that looks like the nice side. I want this side on the inside, I think. Where's my puppet? Try not to knock anything down here. Okay. I'm seeing which texture's on the outside. And this one looks like the nicer texture, so that's the outside texture. I'm gonna put this one on the inside. Down there. I need to make 2 arms. Ah. So once I have to get my sewing machine out, I'm gonna be taking a quick break so I can set my sewing machine up. So I'm thinking, yeah, I think this is the inside. Okay. Long enough? Move it over here just so. Okay, so where's my okay. So I'm gonna be tracing it with a Sharpie. Now this gets cut after it gets sewn at least part way. That's what that line is for. You might not be able to see it. You like can just see it. I got a machine sew the hand at the very least. Now this comes from once again the modification of Adam Krutinger's um, patterns. But it's also combining stuff I learned from a video made by Adam Savage, where he was making a puppet with the people behind Avenue Q. And they used a cord and bead style in the arms, and that was like really cool. I loved the way the arms moved, so I'm doing that. I'm not going to be doing any I mean I can, but I'm not going to do a live hand on this. Maybe someday I'll do a live hand for this, but right now I'm not. Oops. A couple of my other puppets have live hands. It's options. I just don't want to make a live hand. Okay. So I'm going to have to sew this. Oh, let me mark this. Okay. That way I know where this, sewing machine sews and the rest of it's hand sewn. That way I can get the beads and stuff in. Put that there. Put that there. Okay. I'm gonna get my scissors so I can just cut the amount of fabric I'm gonna need. I don't want to try to put all this in the sewing machine. I don't know how it's showing on camera. In the real world, it's kind of like a pale green. What I would do back when Joann's was open is I would go look through the fleece and see if any of the fleece spoke to me. If it was like, if I looked at it and my brain was like, "Ooh, I want to make that into a puppet," you know. Put that back in the large grocery bag. Okay, now this is going to have to be sewn. So I'm going to take a short break and get my sewing machine set up, if at all possible. There we go. Get my cutting mat out. Well, I might not take a break. Cutting mat out of here. So you're seeing the raw table. Over there for now. The reason why I like this table for sewing is that got a little divot right there. And it just happens to be. Oh, come on, baby. Oh, let me get my needles out. Uh, it just happens to be. Oh, like. Whoops, there goes my needles. The perfect size for my sewing machine. Now I can have it just my fleece go that way. Notice a couple little pimples on my arm. Just to see what they were. It's like perfect height for my sewing machine, so I can do that. I haven't used my sewing machine in a little bit, as you can see. I gotta get this thing set up. It's not completely. Ugh. Mm. Ugh. I don't know where that came from. Probably fiddling trying to get my sewing machine up. I gotta unravel my cord here. How did I do this? How the hell did I do this? Oh, that's how I did it. There we go. Get my pedal plugged into the machine. I rearranged my table completely for this. I mean, I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm not gonna readjust it with the outlet. There's an outlet. Move my machine over a little bit that way. Okay, that's gonna do. Let me get my needle. Fell on the floor. Like, where's my sewing needle? I love having a sewing machine. I haven't used it in a little bit, but I remember how. Oh, I gotta get a bobbin in there too. Okay, I mostly remember how to do this. Bring my machine back a bit. I can get my bobbin in. I even have a bobbin. No, I don't. Okay, am I gonna need more bobbins at some point? What's the rest of my bobbins? I thought I still had some bobbins left. Okay. I have made so much on this thing. I need to get it in for repair. There we go. Okay, where's my pedal? Oops, I was doing it the wrong way. I know you really can't see what's going on. Winding a bobbin. Whoops. I think the rest of the puppet's been hand sewn, so So I remember finding it easier to hand sew the puppet, except the hand. It's a little dusty. Okay. I don't even know how old this sewing machine is. Come on. Hope I got the bobbin in right. I think so. I'm just going to bring it over here. No. I'm going to do this. Seeing which way it goes. I remember how to do this. I haven't used the sewing machine. So I was trying to remember the direction it goes. Oops, sorry. Come on. Now, I usually just do this by hand because trying to come on, trying to get the pedal. Whoops. Trying to get the pedal at a slow enough speed. Do what I want. Difficult at best for me, so I find it a little easier using the wheel. I would have rescheduled the stream till tomorrow instead of this late, but the boys have their checkups with the vet and their vaccinations tomorrow and Saturday. I don't know when I'll get back from those. So it's just easier going, okay, I'll do it later tonight. We got, the next 2 days, one for crypto and one for Gambit because they're not getting along. I wish they were getting along. I'm just kind of having the sewing machine go across the lines right now. I did not want to try to do this with the doll clothes. When I figure out an outfit for this puppet, then, maybe, but I also don't want to knock that down. Glass. That's glass. I don't want to. Oops. Pop that down. The first time I used the sewing machine was making a costume for an anime con. Something I was going to wear. Um, and I forgot to have the foot down. So I ended up having to, after the con, I ended up taking the entire costume apart, ripping all the seams, and restitching the entire thing. I think I ended up taking off some stitches later too, to make a pattern out of it. I gotta put the costume back together. It's hiding in my storage closet. Reason why I stopped working on this puppet when I did was because, I got like 3 other things I wanted to do at the time, probably. And I'm like, oh, let me get these done first and I'll do it. Then I had like 3 more things and 3 more things, and I just never got back to it. But I ended up making a list of projects up on my board for stream. And I looked over my shelf and I saw this puppet. And it's like, I should finish this puppet. So I thought, I'll do it on stream. That way I can schedule it. After this one, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more projects so far. The list is growing. It's like ever growing. I have like an ever growing list of projects. I'm glad I do. It gives me something to do. And who knows? Maybe I'll be done with these projects this year. I mean, they're not all projects that I really needed to get done this year, but Sorry. But they are all projects that I want to do. Having fun with them. Some of them were from like the beginning of the year or at the end of last year when I got my new printer. Some of the stuff is stuff that I've wanted to do for quite a bit. Whoops. Gotta put the foot down. Trust me, my hands are doing stuff. Got one hand holding the fabric, and the other hand slowly turning the wheel on the side of my sewing machine. Oh, I gotta grab something from my crafting cabinet. I forgot I'm gonna need my lighter. I'm gonna have to make the arms too. Now I'm gonna need my lighter because of the cord I'm using. The nylon cord. And the other hand. I want a new sewing machine or to get this thing fixed, but everything going on this year so far, I don't think I'll be able to. Because the only place I can get the sewing machine fixed is, at a place at the other, completely opposite end of the next town over. So that's our, with gas prices, that's a risk. Don't know if this thing's going to need new parts or not, and I'm sure part prices are going to go up on this thing. I don't know what model the sewing machine this is. I'm sure I could look it up, but I don't have a manual for it anymore. Had it for well over 20 years now. And it was a hand me down then. So the manual's probably long gone. I should do a cooking stream sometime. Maybe make cookies. I haven't made cookies in a bit. I need to make some cookies. Maybe I'll do a chocolate chip cookie stream again. I could really go for some good chocolate chip cookies. And I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I make a pretty mean chocolate chip cookie. If you think about it, like baking, it's amazing. You got all these like raw ingredients. You mix them together. You stick them in a hot oven, and these chemical reactions happen, turning what is basically just a goop made of, flour and baking powder and baking soda and salt and sugar and egg and butter and vanilla extract into something just amazing. And the smell and the taste of like a warm, fresh chocolate chip cookie. Oh, it's honestly amazing. I mean, if you think about it, cooking is just amazing. I mean, so is this. I'm taking this, fabric, some fleece, some, polyester thread, some nylon cord, some wooden or some plastic beads, some foam, and a little bit of wire. I'm going to be turning that. Oh, and some snaps, metal snaps, turning it into some cool ass thing that I don't even know what it's going to look like yet. It's weird. I was thinking about this the other day. You like watch a video or something from like, Muppets History or Jim Henson Studios or something, Jim Henson Productions. And they're sitting there with drawings and, they'll even draw out a quick design of a puppet and make it. And here I am just winging it, using using patterns other people have made, and I'm kit bashing a puppet. I mean, I am making modifications here and there, like lengthening the arms of one pattern and cutting off a finger. But the head of this puppet is pretty much just a lengthened version of the Adam Krutinger. This body pattern is another one I found online, but haven't been able to, find a place to download it or purchase it. So I kind of had to jerry rig it. Kind of had to, take an image of a pattern and, take it into an image editing software and try to take this photo of a pattern and turn it into a real pattern. I'm kit bashing a puppet. I think that's actually kind of cool. Okay, that's all I needed the sewing machine for. Okay, unplug that. Pedal over here. Put the pedal to the metal. Get my sewing machine out of the way. Don't worry, Crypto. I'm not gonna drop it. Ow. Okay. Get my mat back. I'm gonna be sewing this the rest of the way with hand stitching. Okay, let's turn this into two hands. Okay. Let's go this way first. And kind of go around the stitching a little bit. And the rest gets hand stitched. Don't want to cut through this thread. I want to use a bit of this thread. Or at least make sure it's, tied off properly. And by properly, I mean just kind of a simple knot. Then I gotta fit the hand in here. Oh, I should have pinned this. It'll be fine. Too uneven. Maybe. Stop moving on me. in my pins. No, one more should be good. Ow. Yeah, it's getting kind of cold up here again. We're technically, like in the middle of spring, but it doesn't feel like it right now. It feels cold and miserable. Cold and miserable and damp. And I don't like it. I mean, we're under a freeze warning again. We had snow this morning. I mean, nothing to not enough to accumulate, enough to wet things down again, but it's been cold. My joints are not liking it. They have been screaming at me every morning. But at the same time, there's a part of me that's kind of glad my joints scream at me because I can generally chain or trace back like most of my joint pain, to having like a fall on my bike here and a fall on rollerblades there. And, all that fun stuff. So I look at it more as proof that I had like fun in my life. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, most of that's going to be on the inside of the puppet. I'm sure if I took like a look at the stitching of the insides of a Muppet, I would see similar stuff. But I am going to take a lesson from a PBS icon. There are no mistakes, only happy little accidents. I got to remember that. God, I used to watch Bob Ross like all the time when I was a kid. I do remember that. You know what? I think Bob Ross is what gave me the wish I had like really curly hair. Unfortunately, unlike my model, I don't have much. Okay. My model has hair I wish I had. Part of me wants to make this puppet into a puppet, version of my model. But I kind of want to see where, my thoughts take me. Right now, my thoughts are kind of leaning more towards Mohawk. And I think that would be cool. Go into my fur bin. Grab like grab one of the brighter furs. Let's make a strip of that. Give it a Mohawk. Might be fun. Okay. There. Two hands. Now, this is going to be fun. Trying to remember. It's been forever since I've made a puppet. Okay. Let me grab my old chopstick. I'm trying to remember how to do this. I mean, I could look it up. Let me take a look at one of my puppets here. Let me check their arm. I'll grab a puppet arm. No, you're closer, Liam. Sorry, Liam. Let's take one of your arms. Sorry, I had to take one of Liam's arms off. Oh, I see. I had that like way up at the pinky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Oh, I had 10 on him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Huh. Oh, okay. Gotta remember to put Liam's arm back on. I'm gonna grab my stain ripper. Do I have my sewing kit? No, I don't. Okay. I'm gonna go and grab my sewing kit. Or at least a seam ripper from my sewing kit. I'm gonna rip the seam to like about here. And then I should be able to get the hand in. Yeah. So I'm gonna go get the seam ripper and do that. And be back in a second. See you on the flip side. Okay, I am back. Also hit the little alien's room. Got my seam ripper. I should get my headset. Or my little magnifying light thing. That way I can see the stitches. I don't want to completely rip. Kind of just want to gently pull out. And I think I figured out where the black came from, the markers. Probably from the Sharpie I used on this tracing. There it is. I'll go one more stitch. Okay. Now I should be able to get that in a little easier. Been a while since I've had to do this, though. How did I do it? I think I poked a little bit through. Or I poked a little inside out on the tip. I think. This is feeling familiar. No, I was thinking about that. My design strategy is, basically kit bashing. No idea in mind on what exactly I'm going to, or like, of the roughest of ideas in mind, what I want to do. Like, looking at my puppets. One of my puppets, their outfit is designed based on some Sims CC one of my Sims was wearing at the time, or my Sims had at the time. Um, another, puppet design was because it's like I want a puppet with some muscles. So I made pecs on a puppet. And that's the puppet I have legs I can attach to. Another puppet was more, I just want to make a puppet out of this purple fleece I have. And I just use the default pattern. And then it's like, you know what? I want to give this puppet earrings. So I used some, you know, fake costume earrings I had. Earrings. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick one of these on the nose. So I made a nose ring. It's like, now that I'm looking at it, I don't really want to give it like ping pong ball eyes or spoon eyes. I want to give it glasses eyes. So I got a pair of like cheap reading glasses. Put that on that puppet. I didn't want to make hair, so I made a hat instead. Only one, I think only one of the puppets that I've made, I purposely designed. And that was more, I woke up one morning like, I want to make a puppet off this sim I have. But I didn't sit and design the puppets. I just let the design happen. I think that's the only way I can describe my puppet making strategy here is I let the design happen. I mean, I even have a puppet. I wouldn't call it a full puppet, but I made out of the same like ivory fleece that I made this Liam out of. But all that puppet is a head, and then put in some safety eyes, and then I just kind of made like single layer hands and attached it to the side of the puppet. All it is a head. I'm not counting that as a full puppet, but I'm seeing it on my coat rack, my coat turned puppet rack. It's weird when I think about my design strategy like that. I just let it happen as the project goes on. My VTuber room that I'm almost finished with. My new VTuber room. It's more me going like through 3D printing sites to find things that I want to put in, and then I start planning for that thing in there. And then by the time I get done planning, things have changed. Ideas have changed a bit. I think that's good enough. I will be stitching the arm the rest of the way later. And by later, I mean once I get the arms made. Okay. mean, it's the same with my model. I mean, at least for my model, I had a mood board set up, but when I was designing this model, I did not have a solid idea in mind other than a very rough one. I had like a very rough idea in mind for this model. And I'm glad it turned out as good as it did. Okay. Where's the other hand? Come on. I did not spend all night gluing these hands. And by all night, I mean, about 10 minutes and waiting for the contact cement fumes to clear out. Because these hands are like 2 layers of cushion foam or project foam with a wire form in there, sandwiched in between and held together with contact cement. And I did that last night because the plan was to do this at, this afternoon. And my partner's, home trying to sleep. But my partner reacts badly to contact cement. And I did not want to make them have to suffer so I could make a puppet. I don't want to do that. Come on. One of these days, I'm just going to make a puppet. And I'm just going to make the hands out of, basically just stick the hands together and then throw in a bunch of polyfill. Stuff the hands like you would a stuffed animal. No, I am not making new hands. Okay, come on. Oh, come on. I didn't. There we go. Okay. God, how much I hated this. This is the part I hate the most. And the thing is, I love making puppets. I hate this part. Okay. Okay, time to get recorded. I got these fake pearls. Or sorry, imitation pearls. Those have wooden beads in them. I'm hoping this bead is big enough. Lighter. Okay, where's my cord? Diamond braided nylon blend rope. Hyper tough. Come on. There we go. Where's the end? Is that it? Uh-huh. Okay, good. Oh boy. I'm gonna grab Liam's arm here. I'm gonna go double length. The nylon cord, you always have to do this. Just try to melt it a little bit at the end. Stop any fraying. So I got this, thick lighter here. There we go. Gonna tuck this in. Okay, put Liam's arm back. Okay, hopefully I can get this through. I don't think I have any bigger beads. You know what, I'm gonna put that off again and see if I can just get it through easier without that. Guess not. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think I have any more beads. I don't have a bigger needle. Hmm. I'm not sure these are gonna work. Maybe these will work. Just cheap wooden beads gotten from, I think, Walmart. This is the one with a knot on the end. Okay. I think the first time I tried these arms, I tried without the knots in between each bead, and they just got caught on each other. Whoops. I'm not going in any particular color order. I'm just grabbing a bead and putting it on. You know, I didn't grab everything I needed. But I didn't write everything I needed down on my little list, did I? No, I didn't. got my little craft cabinets like right behind me. My hot glue gun heating up here. Okay, let me plug in. Okay. Got a hot glue gun going. You know what? Oh, I'm taking this headset off. And we need it for the seam removal. I think I had like 10 to 12. Yeah. Oops, it's a little too high. That's 5. 6. Seven, 8. I'm going to glue this in. 9. Ten. I can probably get 2 more in. I don't think I put an orange in here yet. Have I? Oh, I might not be able to get 12. Might not have enough cord. I don't think I have enough cord. Okay, then. I'm going to get bigger lengths of cord. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a bigger length of cord. I don't want to shrink the arms. I like the arms at this length. They seem somewhat proportional to the body. And I like the way they look this way. There's going to be about 12 of these beads, I think, will work. I'm sure I'll be able to use this cord for something eventually. Maybe I can make like a decoration out of it. My VTuber room. It's like almost done. It's definitely kit bashed. No, it's not like, taking model kits and bashing model kits together. It's more of a me going, if I use these keywords in Thingiverse, what do I find? Going from there. I just don't want to lose any of these beads. I didn't want to try to tie the two strings together. I didn't know where the knot's going to be. Okay. Get the cap back on the seam ripper. Would this have been enough cord? Oh yeah, that's more than enough. So let's make it a third length. The chaos of me making a puppet. Whoops. This is one of the longer ones, right? Kind of wish Joanne's was still around, though. I don't think I'm going to be able to get any more fleece to make puppets in a physical space. Because the one store that is still around, craft store that's still around in the area, the one that's closed on Sundays, I just don't have that the amount of, the selection I want. Okay, I'm thinking 12 will be good enough. I can get a couple, I can, still get the snap in the on the shoulder. I just wish we had like a fabric store or something up here, you know? Even something independent. I don't want the craft store that's closed on Sunday and Walmart being our only options. It makes me sad. I think those are our options. The chain craft store with loads of AI wall art or Walmart. I 7, right? Ugh. 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't have any oranges on here. 12. Okay. Stick a little hot glue in there. Just glue that in there. I think this is how I did it. Yeah, 12 should be good. Okay. Where's my lighter? Okay. Put you over here. I'm going to try to match the same pattern of beads. It's not going to be seen. It's not visible. Solely for my personal benefit. But why am I, I'm doing this for myself. Puppet's not like a commission or anything. It's a puppet I wanted to make. I remember when I did this on VStream, the people I was chatting with were like asking if I take commissions. I remember that much. And I still haven't decided if I'm ever going to on puppets. I don't think my build quality is high enough yet. I like doing it for fun. This is definitely something I like doing for fun. Get a bag and put these in a bag. Looks like what we're gonna be doing for the local con is the group speaker costumes, which is kind of cool. So I'm kind of debating on whether or not I want to do it, or if I just want to like make Beaker. I mean, Beaker and and Dr. Bunsen Honeydew were like a couple of my favorite Muppets. Them and Gonzo. Mimicking the exact same pattern. I don't need to, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ten, 11, 12. Okay. Yes. So I can separate a little bit. Put a little hot glue in there. There. Okay. That's 2 puppet arms. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Okay, get that hot glue gun unplugged. I don't need it anymore. But I want to let it cool down before I put it anywhere. Okay. Okay, get that thread out of there from the snoof. Ah! Actually, I'm gonna do this next. Actually, no, I'm gonna do that now. Okay. Where's the end? Nope, come on. There we go. I remember when I could do that without having to use a needle threader. I'm just not as good as I used to be, I guess. There we go. But honestly, who is as good as they used to be? You're young, you can do anything. As you grow older, bits begin to fail. Your eyes no longer see as good as they used to. Sins of the youth ravage your body, and you know exactly what the weather's going to be like when you wake up just from the feelings in your joints. I wouldn't have it any other way. Can't keep up with your puppies. No matter how cute they are, you just can't keep up with them because you're feeling old. I'm just doing the blanket stitch like normal. I've done this on like all my puppet arms. One of these days, I'm going to learn the Henson stitch. And then I'll be unstoppable. All will fear my power when I learn the Henson stitch. Me and my army of puppets will probably just sit and play video games. I mean, honestly. Who wants to take over this world? Humans are a pain. They are. Humans are a pain. Admit it. Humans are a pain. Ooh. I should make a Men in Black puppet. That could be interesting. Ooh, a Men in Black model. I mean, that wouldn't be too hard. Mm. Yeah, I'm getting tired. Don't know how far I'll get tonight. My partner's going to get home from work in about 3 hours. I'm only getting one thread. Where's the other thread? Is that it? I think I see it. There it is. Come on, no, don't get caught on the fingers. Well, my partner's going to be home at 1 ish. Just make sure they have dinner before I go to sleep. Because I will be passing out in about, I will be getting too tired to do anything in about, what, 2 hours? I guess I'm tired. Oh, come on. Nope. Don't lose the needle on the floor. I don't need my puppy eating it because he thinks it's food. I mean, he does know the difference between metal and food. But if I forget about it and a crumb lands near it, he will probably gobble it up. Because oh, he likes eat, he likes crumbs of human food. If I drop like a little bit of something on the floor, he's like, going right after it. And if what I drop happens to be a kernel of popcorn, oh my god, he goes insane. He's like going right after it. He loves popcorn. Mm. No, I think all the material that's been used in this puppet has been either Joann's or Walmart purchase. The beads were Walmart. The nylon cord was Walmart, but the fleece and the foam that I've used so far have been Joann's. The felt that they use in the mouth would have been from Joann's. The thread from Joann's, the needles from Joann's, the bobbins from Joann's. I think only like contact cement would have been got from Walmart or the Ace affiliate down the road. The glue sticks were from that from the only remaining craft store we have in the area. I'm trying to think of any other things I want to make into a puppet. Kind of want to make like a Franken puppet sometime. Go through my scrap fabric bin, start sewing together, pieces of scrap. That might be kind of fun. Make a Franken puppet. There we go. There we go. Oh, almost got the hand completely stitched. Okay, I think that's the hand. I get a knot in there. I'm just gonna tie a knot here. I should have done that before, you know. Before shoving the hand in there, but you know what? I'm gonna just put a pin right at the top there. Next couple days, kind of busy. Crypto goes to bed tomorrow. Grocery shopping. Insane gas prices. It's hit up. It's hit $5 a gallon up here. 4.99 $5 a gallon. Scary. All because some old rich guy in charge decides to attack, you know, attack an oil producing nation who controls, who controls uh, one of the major shipping lanes, can choke off a major shipping lane. Probably all because, he didn't win an award. and he's grouchy about that. Plus, we had to go out today to get dog food. I mean, we aren't going to let these little guys, these little guys starve. But that's going to go up in price soon. I mean, it's already like what, $50 for a bag of dog food. I mean, it'll last a month. It'll last pretty much until like nearly the end of May, I think. It's not too bad, I guess. I mean, that's like just over $1 a day for 3 dogs. And I think a bag lasts us around a month. Not too bad. But still, we could have only made it through like like another day. We could have just, picked up the dog food when we went shopping, but we had to make a special trip today. But he's awfully cute. He deserves the food. He's snoozing away. But if he thinks I have food or something, he's going to be like, woo, food. Oh. I forget what to make my partner for dinner. Gotta be something quick and simple. I can go to bed. Don't have any leftovers. Mm. I'm your hurricane. I'm your hurricane. I'm your hurricane. Won't you the hurricane? What's that look for? What's that look for? Silly little boy. No, I am going to be tired tomorrow. I know it. My partner's also got it's got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. So we're gonna be doing that first, then doing a little grocery shopping, and then then taking the dog to the vet, taking Crypto to the vet. I'm just gonna be I'm just gonna be tired tomorrow. Plus, knowing crypto, he's gonna want me to put the leash and the harness on him and take him for a little trek outdoors. And probably want to take me for like another 2 mile trip. When we get done with the vet, I mean, maybe the vet will wear him out. Maybe that'll fill his need. I can hope. Hmm. No, sorry, I'm not talking much. I just want to focus on this. Hmm. Plus, I ran out of stuff to talk about. To be completely honest. When I get up to the top, I'm gonna string back in. Oh, actually, you know what? I should look at my lighter. There we go. What I'm gonna do is sew the end into the fleece once I get up to the halfway mark of this arm. Mm. Oh man, I am tired. I mean, I get why. I've never been the person that can stay awake all night. I think I've only stayed awake all night once in my life. Every other time I've tried, I have fallen asleep. I was gone loopy at like 20 hours. I mean, right now it's like I think I've only been awake 12 hours, and I'm like going down. But it's also dark. That doesn't help. Well past my bedtime. I am going to try to make it till 11 at least. In the darkness, the blackest night, burning bright, there's a guiding star. No matter what or who you are, there's a light burning at the Frankenstein place. There's a light burning in the fireplace. There's a light in the darkness of everybody's life. Into my life. There's a light over at the Frankenstein place. There's a light burning in the fireplace. There's a light, light in the darkness of everybody's life. Sorry. It's just one of those songs I just can't help singing to. I've been doing a lot of sewing on these hand cams recently. The doll's outfit, last week's snoof, and now this. Mm. Almost. Almost halfway done with this arm. Okay. I'm gonna sew that in. I think touch that to the top with the snaps. Because what I've been doing on the arms is putting these big old snaps in there, and then a snap on the body. That way, if I want to swap out arms or something, live hand, a live hand puppet, I can. I mean, right now, I don't need to, so are we doing that when I make the arms or get the arms attached, which is not going to be tonight. I'm thinking a mohawk would be kind of cool on this. I'm gonna try to at least finish this arm tonight. I don't think I'm gonna finish it in like less than 5 minutes. I'm gonna try to at least get mostly done. I'm just gonna put a pin in there. Come on. No. Thank you. Thank you for cooperating. You know what? I think I'm getting too tired for this. I'm just gonna do a quick little knot right here. And just do this. And I'm gonna call it for the night. I am tired. It is late for me. I want to pass out and sleep. So, I'll be back on Sunday with some Sims 4. Back next week to finish the arms. And maybe even attach them to the body. And maybe get some other stuff done too. So, until Sunday, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Get plenty of sunlight, plenty of warmth, and you go out and have fun. And I will see you on the flip side. Bye.